do I get to where I'm going? There is more on this map. Yep, flashing, searing pain causes the contents of your skull to burst into flames. Lovely. Well, this is different. There's a bunch of people here that weren't in this area before because this is where we killed the Eldari. Oh, Yrliet. Hello. Did I pass anyone else while walking through? Can't tell. There are goods here that I didn't grab. Let's go talk to Yrliet first. Might be able to save her from whatever is going on here. The Eldari runs a hand over her face before turning to you. Her pale skin is tightly stretched over the bones of her skull. Her eyes have lost their glimmer, and her neck is stooped under an unseen burden, and yet you still recognize her. Yrliet Lenavis, your former companion, and the reason for your imprisonment within these dark walls. Yrliet glances at you, her eyes widening slightly, but that is the only change you detect in her tense expression. Whatever emotions she may be feeling, she is suppressing them well. Elentok. Yrliet, you're alive. Not at the victim. What are you doing? Look at the Drukhari surrounding Yrliet. What is going on here? You survived. Good. I want to deal with you myself. No. Kill Yrliet. Traitor's reckoning has come. I don't think Yrliet betrayed us in any way. Let's look at the Drukhari surrounding Yrliet. What is going on here? Step back, Alentok. Yrliet says in a trembling, barely audible voice. You have suffered enough. One of the xenos who were watching Yrliet torture the silent victim steps forward. Did the monkey come for a taste of pain? Then you must have patience. Our little guest still has so much suffering to extract from her first victim. Your prey is far from empty, Yrliet. Do not hold back. So they're trying to get her to commit torture because that's against what the children of Asaurian, their Eldari ways. Basically, they're trying to sort of change her from the viewpoint of the Asaurian to the Drukhari. And she was going along with it. Yrliet grips the blade in her hand and immediately winces. Her spirit stone is emanating a red glow. She touches it with an expression of anguish. The suffering overwhelms me. No more. I cannot bear it any longer. Why are you doing this to her? Yrliet, I intend to find a way out of this place. What about you? Lean towards Yrliet and whisper in her ear. Suffering, you say? Perfect. Show me how much more you are willing to suffer for a chance at forgiveness. Rip the blade out of Yrliet's hands and kill the Drukhari who just spoke. Yrliet is mine. You cannot have her. Kill her or leave her with the Drukhari. Why are you doing this to her? Our little guest is learning the art she and her kin lost aeons ago. The Drukhari gloats in a cloying tone of voice. The art of delight, unhampered by meaningless taboos. The art of extracting rapture from another's flesh against the will of its owner. The art of walking the path of the Drukhari. Isn't that right, my lost Asuriani? The path of the Drukhari. Yrliet echoes the Xenos' words, and the sound of her voice is as feeble and hollow as an echo. Once Yrliet opens her soul to our ways, she will have a home once more among our kind. If she refuses, well, then she will have to give up that bauble she wears as a flimsy shield against she who thirsts. But there is no cause for alarm. When we are done here, our little sister will need her spirit stone no longer. Yrliet, I intend to find a way out of this place. What about you? Her gaze is incredulous. Are you inviting me to come with you? Inviting me to the stars, Elentok? Yeah. The Drukhari grabs Yrliet by the shoulders. You are losing focus, sister. Your spirit stone is at step. Perfect. Yrliet is swift and precise. The blade pierces the Drukhari's throat, and he collapses, clutching the wound and drenching the floor with his blood. His kin moves to draw their weapons, but freeze, transfixed by the sight of their brother thrashing in agony. Enough! It is hard to tell whether Yrliet is shouting or wailing. Enough of this senseless, aimless torture. This is not my path, and it will never be mine. She turns to you with a faint glimmer of hope on her gaunt face. But first, I must ask, Elentok, after what I did, drive away the night of my blindness with the morning rays of clarity, have you truly found the strength to forgive me? Even if you lost your way... She speaks of forgiveness. Was there something there that I didn't notice where she did betray us? Because it felt like she thought her people were in this system, and when we got here, it turns out it was a trap. But she wasn't trying to lead us into a trap. She was led into the trap herself. So it's like, yeah, we came here at her behest and fell into a trap. Maybe she's blaming herself for that, but I don't think she actively was turning against us. Even if you've lost your way, I will be here to help you find it again. Your reasons will make no difference to me. I forgive you. We will yet have a word about your deeds. Now, however, is time to leave. I'll take whatever help I can get. No, you'll find no forgiveness. Go whichever way you wish, as long as I never see you again. Or kill her. Taste of hope before death is a traitor's just reward. Wow. Even if you've lost your way, I will be here to help you find it again. Ignatius, you... The pain in Yrliet's gaze gives way to another new emotion, tender and immeasurably sad. My eyes were blind to overlook the generosity of your soul. If only I had cast off my doubts that had coiled around me like venomous serpents. If only I had sought to share my pain with you. Perhaps we would not be standing in the snare of the Dark City now. Her reply, timid and apologetic, is barely audible. I know you have many questions for me, Ignatius, and I vow to give you every answer. But please, let us first depart this terrible place. Away from the nightmare that sink their stings into the dark recesses of my ravaged soul. We're not going to kill them? Okay. So are you part of my crew? You are. What gear do you have? Nothing. Alright. Well, here's an Eldari long rifle that seems to fit you. Sure, you can have those boots. You can't wear this armor because it's Drukhari rather than Eldari. That is a shame. Oh, must not have the features Drukhari or Eldari. So this is human armor. That's why she can't wear it. Which means, could I wear it? Yes. And so I probably should be. And I'll give myself a sniper rifle because that's more my speed. And then maybe a sword for in case I get in melee. But there we go. Our chances just improved dramatically by getting Yrliet on our side. She is quite capable. Is she trained in Medicae? Not particularly. So I would like to get rid of those old injuries. But probably better to wait until I find someone better suited for it. So I'm thinking we could go back down this way and see if anything's changed. Or I could go over here and activate the switch, whatever that does. Oh, we just... Did we kill a beggar for no reason? No, he just died. We didn't... As far as I can tell, we didn't kill him. He just died while we were nearby. That's probably the direction we're supposed to go to find the commissar. So let's see if anything has changed back this way first. There are some new goods. We can shoot the corpse.
My success was inevitable.
Maybe to get a body down that we could loot. Flash of searing pain. Yep, we're used to that. We did knock down the corpse. Tracking boots. Whenever the wearer's hot on the trail extra turn is triggered, the wearer gains +1 action point and movement points for this extra turn. Stabilizing gauntlet. Whenever the wearer uses run and gun, they gain +2 damage on their ranged attacks and do not suffer winded. Ooh. Run and gun doesn't cause us to suffer winded? That is super good, because then we can run and gun every turn. And I like getting free attacks every turn. You are a bounty hunter, and I think Hot on the Trail is a bounty hunter ability. So that's probably better than the boots that give you dodge against attacks of opportunity. Probably. Do you have Hot on the Trail? There are so many things in here, it is hard to tell. It would be Bounty Hunter if you had it. I don't see anything called Hot on the Trail, so I'm actually thinking maybe you don't. Yeah, maybe not. Well, in that case, maybe we will give you the other boots. Possibly give you some grenades just in case. Might as well. What else do we have around? %35% tech use. Yeah, we'll hold off on that. Hopefully we find a companion that actually has tech use. And where were all of you people when I came through here earlier? Grab all of their loot.
Keep a sharp eye.
Portal to the anatomical opera. Interesting. So this is a portal like we thought. Lift to the mangled sector. So, find Pascal in the streets of Camorra. Save Abelard from the mangled sector. Yeah. Streets of Camorra. Is that where we are right now? We are in the chasm, is what the map is called. Mangled sector we can get to. We haven't heard anything about the anatomical opera. Let's go back to the area we revealed. Way back over here. Oh, another beggar to loot. Probably just a knife, yep. Let's go back over here. Because it makes sense to fully explore this location before going to a new location. At least in my mind. Bunch of Drakari. Is that going to be a problem if I try and head this way? We'll toss down a save just in case first. Let's see what happens when we head through. Familiar sense of unreality rolls in, breaking the connection between body and mind. I appreciate those scenes letting me know that I'm having this issue with the mind maggot, but it is also very slow and they do show up pretty regularly. Another 35%, so I will continue to hold off on looting those. And hope that we get Pascal back soon. Razor sharp keel of the flying craft glints fearsomely in the dim light. Okay. So we could head over there. Cutthroat Drakari. Yeah, see this, it's like, it happens too often in my mind. Really sense of unreality breaks in, blah blah blah. 35%. 35%. I need someone with tech use. Clearly. But wherever we are here...
Follow my lead!
So another door this time to the anatomical opera. Rack. It's a bunch of prisoners you've got. Slaves maybe that you're selling? Not this way, meat. Okay. Big glowy hologram. Okay. We'll loot those bodies while they're here. Yeah, this just shows up too often. So we've got sniper rifles and chainmail. How's the chainmail compared to what I've got? Oh, I just sent them to cargo, didn't I? Well, never mind then. Yeah, tech use on all of those switches. Where do you take me? It doesn't say, which isn't great.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I don't really want to go through a portal I can't tell where it goes. I'm not seeing on the map that it tells me. Usually they're labeled. Do I risk going through an unknown portal? Have I explored everywhere else? There's a little bit back that way I haven't got to. We'll check out this way first. You're unlabeled, so it's probably to a small area, I hope. Wait, where? Oh, we're back down here. Okay. No, that's no problem. That just took us right back to where we were. Alright. So yeah, there was a little bit over here somewhere that I hadn't explored yet. Bunch of things that need tech use. Portal to the arena. Yeah, there's a nice theory of trying to get out of here before we have to fight in the arena, but somehow I doubt that's going to happen. Alright, so Mangled Sector, I think, is the place we know we need to get to. Or I guess the next place that we know of to go to. So let's head back over to here. We can go through this portal to get us back to the room we were in. And we go to the Mangled Sector and try and find Abelard. This profane device is designed to set the elevator into motion only when wretched victims die inside the device. Oh. I mean, sorry guys. Yeah. I'm familiar. Goods, some beggars. Renegade medic. Commissar. You're the one I'm supposed to kill, apparently. Bunch of misfits. Something to demolish. Goods. Just looking around, where are you hiding, Abelard? Don't know. We'll hold off on going to the Commissar. let's explore the rest of this stuff first. Oh, okay. You just killed that beggar and took his things. Sorry, I grabbed his knife before you could get to it. Whoever tried to settle in this vile place, their fortune did not carry them far. Speaking of athletics to jump across here. Not a great chance.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. Oh, there's Abelard. Don't know how I didn't see you earlier.
I rise to the occasion.
Hello, Abelard. You barely recognize your loyal seneschal, Abelard Wissarion, in this pitiful, hunchbacked figure. His officer's bearing, his broad shoulders, his direct and piercing gaze, all gone without a trace. What you see before you is a decrepit, quivering old man, rummaging through melodious refuge and mumbling under his breath. It takes you a second to make sense of his hoarse lisp. Katharina, love. White amasec and fruits? Of course, love. The children are making mischief again. Katharina? Where are you? The old man's frail voice is laden with tenderness and longing. Say nothing, Abelard, or Seneschal, this is your Lord Captain speaking. I think he will respond better to a direct, ordered statement. Seneschal, this is your Lord Captain speaking. Oh, Katharina. Abelard laughs faintly and immediately launches into a bout of coughing. Deep lines run across his face and a blurry film of cataracts clouds his eyes. The drive stems are at it again. Another council session, another appeal to the legitiums. They will never be satisfied, love, until they make us and our children disappear. Perhaps we should just give in. You always say that Dargonus is not your home, love. Abelard is looking past you at someone only he can see. There's a timid smile on his trembling lips. Would you like that, love? Would you rather leave it all behind, go somewhere far away from our toils? Dogmatic adherent, Seneschal, the addendum prefectorium militarium to the Tactica Imperium states that an army officer of the Imperium who submits to 3rd degree xeno influence or higher is to be considered a traitor and a heretic. I will have no heretics under my command. Seneschal, I ordered you to conquer this illusion at once. Get to it, officer. Coercion. Seneschal Abelard Wissarion, cease this display. You serve rogue trader von Valencius, not your fantasies. Persuasion. No, Abelard, your family is not here. They are waiting for you. So, terrible chances on both of those. We could use a stem. Yeah, use a stem or a skin patch. Inject Abelard with a stimulant. This should bring you back to your senses. Leave. Farewell. It seems you'll be better off alone with your mirage. Or I'll come back for you, Abelard. I give you my word. Now, we're going to use the dogmatic option. I order you to conquer this illusion at once. Get to it, officer. Abelard flinches. His brow furrows and a glow lights up in his watering eyes. Heretic, I recommend that you brush up on your regulations before accusing an officer. The addendum primum orandum abolishes the xeno influence categorization, and therefore, his vision somewhat cleared. Abelard looks at you and takes a shuddering breath. Saints' blood, Lord Captain, you're alive! With a groan, Abelard tries to straighten his hunchback. Thank the God Emperor death has not found you yet. Then again, given the circumstances, it may be for the worst. Is this damn thing still with us, then? Abelard's withered finger points at Yrliet. There'll be no rest for my weary bones. You will find no rest in this place with me or without me, gray-haired monkey. What happened to you? Abelard is racked by an old man's hacking cough. That thrice-blasted Xeno simply chucked me aside like a piece of rubbish. I went to look for you, or for help, and I ended up here. This is where it found me, that thing. Memory fails me. All I can remember is bits and pieces, and needles. It pumped something out of me, and it pumped something in. It seemed to be in one piece, except that creature. Abelard tries to wipe his stained coat with a trembling hand. How should I put this? Its needles siphoned the strength out of me. I feel older by a good decade or two. He touches his face and exclaims in surprise, My word, I think I am older. That could be why I started seeing things. I never thought I'd live long enough to go senile. What was the thing that attacked you? He shudders. A spawn of nightmares. So ghastly, my mind refuses to picture a clear image of it. Nothing but meat, metal, and many, many needles. It feasted on me, feasted on my very soul. It would have devoured me whole if it hadn't gorged itself on another before me. We'll find a way to restore your time to you, Seneschal. Pray, Lord Captain, there's enough strength in this body yet. Your Seneschal will not be so easily broken by some... He groans and clutches his side. I could just use a brief respite. Who is Katharina? Abelard gives you a tense, embarrassed look. My late wife, Lord Captain. I think, in the time I wandered around here, my sanity may have suffered. A temporary lapse, I hope. It appears my mind can no longer stomach the kinds of horrors this place has to offer. I saw her by my side. I saw a different time. A different place. Where are the others? I've not the faintest idea, your lordship. All I can say is, if I have managed to survive down here, the others stand a chance too. There were no weaklings in your retinue. That is true. Except for Adiro, who's probably still like level 15 or something. I, for one, have had enough of this heap of filth. It is time to move, Abelard. I could not agree more, Lord Captain. I serve House von Valencius. Abelard salutes you with a shaking hand, and a ghost of his usual stern expression returns to his wrinkled face. Nice. Level ups. That means we are gaining our new archetype. Exemplar. Mere survival in the grim darkness of the far future is no easy task. To thrive in it, a next to impossible one. But some manage to go beyond and become exemplars. Not only do exemplars possess extraordinary knowledge in their given archetypes, but they have also reached the pinnacle of mastery, transcending what is thought to be possible. Core focus, additional abilities and talents from previous archetypes, new exemplar talents. So, exemplar isn't just one thing that everyone goes into, but it's each person gets to somehow build upon what their class was before. Weird. Choose an exemplar talent. Oh yeah, Comet Meditation. The plus 15 willpower. I think I really wanted. And then Psyker Extremis. Oh, we've already got that one. Okay. Just looking to see... I guess Psyker Extremis is the highest level of Psyker, and we've already grabbed it. Well, darn. So, Burning Blood, which helps... all enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer 16 direct damage. The same happens whenever the Psyker suffers damage from bleeding, burning, or melee attack. So every turn when I'm suffering burning, enemies adjacent to me take 16 damage. And then when I attack, they take 16 more. So that's 32 free damage on enemies near me. And I think we grabbed... Let's see. We grabbed the option, the talent that allows us to use psychic powers in melee. I could go for this, and then I'm free to walk up to enemies and just blast them with my psychic powers. Tempting. Why not? Alright, Yrliet. You are also an exemplar. Oh dear. Wait, Deadeye shots deal an additional 14% damage. The following ranged attacks abilities gain Deadeye shot benefits and the additional damage from the talent itself. Bounty hunters claim the bounty and master tacticians finish the job. Okay. We'll give you that one for now. When your perception bonus is 10 or higher. Oh, if your bonus is 10 or higher. So that's if your perception is 100? Whoa. +1 action point and ignores enemy's deflection. The ignoring enemy deflection is pretty cool, but perception of 100. Yeah. That's not bad. Expose weakness costs 0 action points. Alright. It's not bad. We definitely use Perfect Spot a lot. So that's a good call. Sure. Something like that. I think Perfect Spot is the one I'm going to focus on. Finally, Abelard. Not too used to clicking on Vanguard. Exemplar is where we're at now. Oh, good. We could go with Combat Meditation, giving him a big bonus to willpower. I don't know how much that matters, but since he's not ranged focus, there's a definite maybe. I think I will go Peak Condition. Give you a bonus to your strength based on your maximum wounds. And then here, I've already got a ton of things marked as interesting for you. Ooh, charge and slash do not end a warrior's movement and grant dodge for 1 round after use. That's very good. I hate basically all the abilities that stop your movement after using them. So if I can get rid of that, I will take that option almost every time. Alright, now we're back to actually wandering. That was a lot of leveling up. And we're going to have to do it with every party member we find. Looking at the revolting puddle of ichor that reeks of suffering, and you can barely make out what remains of the bones of some unfortunate soul that appears to have been digested and regurgitated. Gross. As indicated by the bloody trail, a body was recently dragged through here. You mean the body that we're seeing right there? Yes.
A new challenge for me?
Oh, Abelard is not part of our group. Let's fix that. Demolition 60. It's not terrible. Lord Xenos. 70%. Oh, can you not actually get over there? Probably need to do the demolitions first. Alright, let's toss down a save and then try it. We don't have great chances. Give it a shot.
I have failed my kin.
Come on.
Too hard for a simple monkey.
Oh, and that counted as a fresh injury?
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
But you do have Medicae as a trained skill. Still not great at it. Looks like all of us can do Medicae. Do these not count as Medicae kits where they can only be used? I mean, they don't say that they're actually healing us. Removes 1 trauma. And I don't know if fresh injuries count as trauma. A character who has received 3 or more injuries does not heal them in time with a med kit. The injuries become traumas. Yeah. So we can't use that to fix our fresh injuries or old injuries. We have to wait for them to actually become trauma. Hey, Ferdus. Welcome. Alright, Yrliet.
A nice little
Not you, Abelard. Yrliet. Can you try Lord Xenos? And unfortunately, I think we are now out of Melta charges.
Hope to see an Azuriani fail.
No, I was hoping to see you succeed.
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
Alright, quick reload. Don't want to fail on these checks. Not that it matters overly much. But please, succeed. You've got a 70%
A
chance.
trivial task.
Thank you. Normal grenades and 2 more meltas. Good. We'd run out of meltas, so definitely grab those.
It's about time.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Hello, beggar. It will hunt again soon. It will come and kill. It always comes. I assume whatever attacked Abelard that we need to keep an eye out for. Stolen time. The anomalies of the mangled sector have stolen Abelard's health and vigor, aging him several decades. The otherworldly shimmer of nothingness promises peace and quiet. I just heard Lasfire. I've cut my eyelids off to keep my eyes vigilant. Dangers everywhere. That is really bad for your eyes to not have eyelids. I think we already looked over here. Ooh, retrieve the safe. We haven't checked that out yet. And there's some goods here. Right, we were keeping away from the commissar for now. So let's explore this direction first.
None shall stand in my way.
Examine the corpse, Lord Xenos. Please don't mess it up.
I have learned much in my exile.
Skin the corpse? Why? Camellia-lined skin. The Drakari warrior's skin was stitched with flexible crystal threads, whose color shifts to match their surroundings and conceal the wearer. We just skinned a Xeno? Okay. Because I had useful properties, I guess. So we can melt it there, or we could just walk around this way, it looks like. Do you take me somewhere? Okay. We'd have to melt it either way to get back here. So let's give it a shot. Please don't blow yourself up again. Perfect.
Too hard for a simple monkey.
A familiar sense of unreality rolls in, breaking the connections between body and mind. We should probably also look at our formation, because definitely Yrliet should not be at the front. There we go. Tactical genius. Whenever the wearer successfully dodges or parries an incoming attack, they gain plus 10 momentum. Probably decent for Abelard. Riposte gloves. If the wearer is an assassin and successfully dodges or parries an enemy attack, it automatically creates an additional opening on that enemy on the side closest to the wearer. Fencing boots. When the wearer gains plus 12% parry when using swords. Whenever the wearer parries with a sword, they immediately counterattack, causing the attacking enemy to become staggered. If the attacker is staggered, the wearer's parry is increased by 30%. Alright, Abelard. You can have that. You can have the fencing boots. I will give you 2 swords. I don't need the sword I equipped on myself for no reason. So you can take the second one. Out of curiosity, so willpower 75. If I don't have a gun, combat meditation says plus 15. So has that been factored in? Because it's still showing combat meditation of plus 15.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Unclear. Well, I don't think we need to blow that up. That would just use up our limited meltas. So let's walk around. Let's grab these goods.
Mistress Yrliet.
Retrieve the safe. Or not. The only sense of unreality rolls in. So we're back to this every few seconds, which is kind of tedious. 79% athletics. Not great, but not terrible. Give it a shot, Abelard, for me.
An expected result.
Perfect. 5% tech use. Uh-huh. Do we demolition and open? I suppose.
I have failed my kin.
Come on, and you used a Melta? So we've got one Melta left. I don't know if I want to use it here. Do I just reload? Or do I hold off until we get someone who actually has tech use? Pascal's around here somewhere, we've been told. Okay. Maybe we find some more meltas. I'll be willing to use one of them.
Weakness.